Spinning lumps of wood at 2000 RPM and then sticking dangerously sharp tools into it is pretty much right up his alley. So, hi chaps, John here at Microaces. Welcome to Microaces Workshop once again, and a little bit of an update on the development of the Hurricane and the Messerschmitt 109. We are Saturday the 28th of June at the moment, so we've had nearly a month of developing the Hurricane, and I shall get into the details of what we've achieved so far. It doesn't look an awful lot, but there's been a lot of sort of digital work going on, getting stuff organised, in getting all the parts in the right areas on the right sheets, and for production purposes, thinking about packaging and and all that sort of stuff. So, but before I do that, I have an important product announcement to make. In fact, it is a demonstration of the ingenuity of our customers, and actually, what did I write down? It's the spirit, creativity and generosity of our customers on demonstration. And I wanted to introduce you to a chap called Nick Geimer. Here he is here, UK based. He's a retired UK police officer, and he served for 30 years on the force, both domestically and overseas. Had some pretty interesting assignments too, such as VIP protection duties. He then spent a further 10 years as a civil investigator on the outside looking in. Now, unfortunately, Nick had to retire early after 40 years. But yeah, he did due to ill health, and his diagnosis affects his everyday life, mobility and some speech, but he has discovered the world of model making and also, more importantly, wood turning. He's got a fantastic sense of humour. I think you'd have to be a UK police officer, and he says that spinning lumps of wood at 2000 RPM and then sticking dangerously sharp tools into it is pretty much right up his alley. So Nick discovered Microaces in late 2024, so he's fairly new to the party. But contacted me at the time for advice and guidance on electronics, as he hadn't flown RC before, and we selected a model, the Scrappy, which is obviously the great aircraft to start with, and he really hasn't looked back since. He's built several of our models, and is enjoying flying them and looking at them and making them and all that sort of thing too. And we've exchanged a number of amusing emails and brilliant sense of humour. But after I revealed our plans to focus our energy for a couple of months on the next generation of Microaces kits, Nick actually got in contact with an idea on how to support us. Using his newly found wood turning skills and creativity, Nick had actually designed a desktop tool station. I have one here, and I'll go in more detail in a sec. And he thought that rather than handing over cash or buying more kits, he thought this could be a very interesting way for us to help fund our development program. The actual tool station, which is called the Boss Pot, which Nick coined, is made from a beautiful English oak for the base, which is a lovely sort of little turned pot, and on the top is a hard wearing sapele, I think it is. I always called it sapele, but I've since learnt that it's supposed to be pronounced sapele. But anyway, it's a hardwood very similar to the mahoganies used for the central boss on a Sopwith camel prop, and others obviously, but that's what this is actually based on, the Sopwith camel prop, and it actually makes a fantastic tool station. If you go and have a look at it on our website, and you'll see how I'm actually utilizing it at the moment. I've actually got two on my desk that I use for holding on to tools and bits and pieces. Yeah, this is the item that he can turn out in droves, and basically he's going to make as many as we can sell, and he's not actually taking any money for these at all. He's delivering them to us in numbers. We've actually got a small stock at the moment, and obviously every bit of money that we make from selling these goes towards the development of our new kits. So please go onto the website, take a look at this product, and if you want one, order one or a couple, or add it to an order that you want to place, and it will be a fantastic way for us to keep the roof over our head while we continue with the Hawker Hurricane and the Messerschmitt 109. So anyway, let's get on to the update. So let's have a look at what we've done to the Hurricane over the last 4 weeks or so. I'm going to switch the view around so we can have a look down on the bench. So this is mainly what I've been working on. In fact, pretty much all the design has been done for the fuselage airframe. I initially started by producing the tail feathers. Lovely little place to start, because the parts aren't too big and you get to experience all the different things that you're asked of on the Tyvek. It's just, you can see they're very lightweight. They're a nice little internal frame, very similar to a sort of balsa, yeah, and the hinges are actually little plastic parts, and on the leading edge of each of the control surfaces you have some 2mm carbon fiber, which stiffens up these parts and also offers the point of their hinge as well. So they're all, there's very little resistance to it, which is great. So then onto the fuselage, and obviously just checking all the fitting. There are quite a few parts in this as it goes together, and if you look on RC groups or on our Facebook page, you can see some of the sequence of the build of the fuselage itself. Some interesting areas are, firstly, obviously you've got this ply nose. It's actually a ply sandwich. You can see the second part of the ply just below there, and that forms a really nice rigid platform for not only the motor but also the battery placement as well. We've designed a little motor mount here. You see where the motor mounts on there, and this in the hole at the top there, there'll be a little grub screw, and that'll lock the platform that the mount for the motor, that slides in and out, and the grub screw locks it in place, so you can get the spinner closer and closer to the front of the aircraft, so you can reduce, because obviously on the real aircraft they have hardly any gap whatsoever. So that's the idea with that. And on the underside here we've got a vac form part. Hard to see there, you can just see it reflecting. So this sits on there, and it helps obviously provide the nice curve, and gets the Tyvek more easly into that shape by being there. But obviously it's really tough as well. It's PETG vac form. That's what the part looks like when it comes off the vac form bed, without the numbers on. That's just a few little adjustments I want to make before we go into production for a better fit. So there we go. So that's the fuselage done. Next step is to start skinning the fuselage. That's really when the aircraft comes alive, and then we'll go for the wings then, and then we'll really start making progress. I've started to rationalize all the parts for production, and so all of the 2mm parts will be either in these 2-part pieces here, you can see there and there, or they'll be in this format on full sheets like so, and there'll be quite a few of them. I haven't counted up, I haven't done all of the parts yet, but I think with the 2mm we're probably going to be running to about 8 to 10 sheets, and with the Tyvek, the eagle-eyed ones of you would have seen, you've got sheet numbering, and I got 4 of 8, but I think I might actually have to adjust that because we might actually run to 10 on that as well. So these are the sheets of Tyvek. They're around about A4 size, which makes it easier for packaging if we're going to change the packaging too. The artwork is really fine. We have a closer look. You can see there's a lot of rivet detail. You've got the wonderful little emblem that Barda had on his aircraft, with a very well-known individual in history getting the boot from the 242 squadron. And yeah, so we've got obviously lots of the emblems, the rivets, the markings. We've even got some of the weathering, the wear and tear. You can see the smoke from the exhaust here, and yeah, so this is the internal. So some of the skin is doubled up just to add extra strength, especially in areas where the aircraft will be handled. So that offers more toughness to the aircraft. And yeah, so once again, this is obviously the tail. We've got the openings here for the control rods to come out of the fuselage, and once again, excessive amounts of detail so that it'll really look like a Hawker Hurricane, fingers crossed. So that's where we are at the moment with the build. We should make some really good progress over the next couple of weeks, and certainly be seeing this in the air, and get some really good shots of the completed build fairly shortly. Thank you ever so much for your continued support in getting these kits designed and out there. Really looking forward to everyone building them and spending time with them, and getting feedback from you about them as well, so we can improve and make better ones in the future. And also I'm going to put a post out fairly shortly to find out what your favorite aircraft would be to model in this way. But until then, thank you very much for listening. I don't think I've ever said this before, but if you are watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe, because we've got lots of people on Facebook, but not as many on YouTube. So it'd be great to start getting more and more people looking at our videos and finding out what we're all about. So if you could like and subscribe, that would be absolutely marvelous. And links below in the comments for the signing up for the newsletter, which would be great, because we tend to put out our offers and our news on that format. And do go and join us on Facebook if you haven't already. Super. Well, update over. On to skinning the aircraft. Thanks, chaps. Bye bye.